Hey everybody, it's Caden from Achievement Hunter bringing you a bundle of tricks and treats in October's episode of Coming Soon. Let's start the month off right by looking at the multi-platform releases first. On October 1st, NBA 2K14 releases for the 360 and PS3, with an Xbox One and PS4 version coming later in the year. 2K14 marks the first in the series to be featuring EuroLeague teams, after 2K Sports signed a multi-year contract with them allowing to feature the Euro teams. Fun fact, LeBron James, who is featured on the box art for 2K14, also served as the producer for this game's soundtrack. October 8th gives us F1 2013 for the 360, PS3, and PC. F1 2013 will include the 22 drivers and 11 teams featured in the 2013 circuit, with the additional inclusion of the 19 Grand Prix and a Classic Edition, which adds extra cars and drivers from the 80s and 90s. With this, players will be able to use classic cars on new tracks and vice versa. The ever-popular Just Dance series continues on October 8th with Just Dance 2014 for the 360, PS3, Wii U, and Wii. As with a lot of games coming out lately, an Xbox One and PS4 version of Just Dance 2014 will be released later in the year. Included in this new installation of Just Dance is the usual classic mode, an on-stage mode, a mode to play against other players' ghosts, an updated Puppet Master mode now named Party Master, and loads more. Xbox One players will have an extra bonus as the usual 4 players has now been updated to 6. Including Resident Evil 6, Dead Rising 2, Devil May Cry 4, Mega Man 10, and Super Street Fighter 4, on October 8th, the Capcom Essentials Retail Disc Collection releases for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Every game in the collection will be on a physical disc, save for Mega Man 10, and also included is a nifty Capcom-branded travel bag. The Borderlands 2 releases haven't stopped for almost an entire year, and continuing this tradition is Borderlands 2 Game of the Year Edition for the Xbox 360, PS3, PC, and Mac, dropping on October 8th. This Game of the Year edition includes all 4 main DLC campaigns, the 2 bonus characters Gage and Krieg, the Premier Club content, Creature Slaughterdome DLC, and the Ultimate Vault Hunter Upgrade Pack number 1. October 8th has had a lot of releases, but there's still another. Dishonored Game of the Year edition for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC will also drop on this date. The Game of the Year edition will include the Dunwall City Trials, the Knife of Dunwall, the Bridgemore Witches, and Voidwalker Arsenal's DLC. The third installation of the Skylanders series, Skylanders Swap Force, releases on October 13th for the 360, PS3, Wii U, and Wii. Vita, 3DS, PS4, and Xbox One versions of the game will be released later in the year. Keeping the core gameplay the same as previous titles, Swap Force adds the ability to jump, and more importantly, the ability to combine the new swappable characters with one another to create up to 256 different combinations. It's that time of year again, and time for another exciting installment of the Cabela's series. On October 15th, Cabela's African Adventure drops for the 360, PS3, PC, and Wii. African Adventures is the first open-world game for Cabela's. It also includes the largest hunting areas in the history of the series. With loads of new weaponry, customizable loadouts, a brand new storyline, and a safari and shooting gallery mode, African Adventures should be a welcome addition to the Cabela's family. Wipeout Create and Crash gets released for the 360, Wii U, Wii, and 3DS on October 15th. Create and Crash introduces the ability to fully create your own courses and have an endless amount of AI-generated courses as well, so the Wipeout madness will never get stale. Additionally, Create and Crash allows you to share your created courses with friends using a code system, and with new environments such as prehistory and pirate themes, you'll never be bored. Continuing the block-building adventures from games past, on October 22nd, LEGO Marvel Superheroes releases for the 360, PS3, Wii U, 3DS, DS, and PC. While the gameplay remains similar to the other games in the LEGO series, players will have over 150 characters from the Marvel Universe under their control with tons of new abilities. Featuring Asgard and New York City as its main focus and Galactus as the primary antagonist, LEGO Marvel Superheroes is the largest LEGO game to date. Additionally, every building in the world has their own storyline entirely narrated by Deadpool upon entering the building. Based entirely on the Nickelodeon reboot of the series, on October 22nd, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the 360, 3DS, and Wii is released. A drop-in, drop-out 4-player co-op 3D beat-em-up, the game allows for tons of upgrades, collectible secondary items, and additional multiplayer modes. This TMNT game is a far more kid-friendly game than the previous title released earlier in the year, so grab the family and kick some shell. SpongeBob SquarePants Plankton's Robotic Revenge for the 360, PS3, Wii U, Wii, 3DS, and DS gives us yet another trip to Bikini Bottom on October 22nd. Yet another family-friendly 4-player co-op adventure, Plankton's Robotic Revenge features SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, Sandy, and Mr. Krabs as playable characters. For those playing on the Wii U, you'll be treated to a 5-player co-op instead of just 4 players. It's time to go back to the bottom of the ocean and foil Plankton's evil plot to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula once again. October 24th gives us Raven's Cry for the 360, PS3, and PC. Raven's Cry is a swashbuckling adventure, bird companion, and hook hand included. A morality system, tons of side quests, fear and notoriety meters, and loads more balance out this game's truly awesome experience. Gameplay isn't limited to just sword fights with hordes of other pirates. Naval battles and honorable one-on-one duels give Raven's Cry a true pirate feel. On the 25th of October, we'll be getting a double dose of The Dark Knight. The first is Batman Arkham Origins for the 360, PS3, Wii U, and PC. A prequel to the previous Arkham games, Origins is set in what is equated to a year 2 of Batman's career. New gadgets with some rustic feel, familiar gameplay, and further emphasis on Batman's core detective skills makes Origins a must-have for fans of the series. Additionally, this will be the first Batman Arkham game in the series to include an online versus multiplayer mode called Invisible Predator Online, pitting player-controlled rival Joker and Bane gangs against one another while a third team of Batman and Robin attempt to stop them. Not to be left behind, the Vita and 3DS get the second Batman game of the month, Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate, also on October 25th. Fans of classic Metroid and Castlevania gameplay will find themselves in familiar territory when playing Blackgate. With an open style of exploration, this game allows players to tackle any boss at any time, which gives the game multiple endings depending on which boss is faced last. An important note, Blackgate is set 3 months after the console game Batman Arkham Origins, so it is recommended that you complete Origins first before tackling Blackgate. The Angry Birds are back on consoles on October 29th with Angry Birds Star Wars for the 360, PS3, Wii U, Wii, Vita, and 3DS. These console versions of the game will include all the bells and whistles from the phone and tablet versions of the game as well. October 29th brings Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag to the 360, PS3, Wii U, and PC. With the end of Assassin's Creed 3 leaving fans wanting for more, Black Flag continues where 3 left off, providing answers to the continuing mysteries surrounding the series. In Black Flag, you will be playing as Edward Kenway, Connor's grandfather, who is not only a trained assassin but famed pirate and privateer. Further exploring the ship battle mechanics from the previous installment in the series and having its location set in the Caribbean, this newest game in the series will offer a fresh perspective and environment. Battlefield 4 is finally released on October 29th for the 360, PS3, and PC. Xbox One and PS4 versions of the game will be released later in the year. The single-player campaign is set 6 years after Battlefield 3 and provides a continuation of the existing plot of the series. Features added to Battlefield 4 include dual-scoped weapons, the ability to mark enemies in the campaign, a 3-faction-style online mode allowing for up to 64 players, and the return of Commander Mode from Battlefield 2142. The next installment of the WWE series, WWE 2K14, drops on the 360 and PS3 on October 29th. With enhanced graphics, better animations and motion mapping, and faster movement, 2K14 further polishes the already amazing series. Pac-Man is back, man! On October 29th, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures gets its 360, PS3, Wii U, PC, and 3DS release. A 3D platforming adventure based on the animated series of the same name, this new game in the Pac-Man series is viewed as a reboot and a refresh of the series. Though the game is not in the usual Pac-Man style, elements from games past make appearances as well as including new power-ups and abilities. Previously a 3DS exclusive, on October 29th, Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate HD gets a 360 and PS3 release. Taking place further down the Belmont bloodline established in Lords of Shadow, players take control of Gabriel, Trevor, and Simon, exploring more of this new Castlevania plotline. The gameplay of Mirror of Fate is very much a hybrid of the classic Castlevania exploration while keeping the combat mechanics of Lords of Shadow, giving it a truly unique feel. Also on October 29th is the Castlevania Lords of Shadow collection for the 360 and PS3. Included in this retail release is Lords of Shadow, all of its DLC, and a digital download code for Mirror of Fate HD as well. Multi-platform games are done, so now it's time to take a quick peek at the exclusive goodies for October. As usual, Nintendo's up to bat first. On October 1st, Etrian Odyssey Untold, the Millennium Girl for the 3DS is released. A remake/reimagining of the first Etrian Odyssey originally released in 2007, this remake comes with enhanced graphics, new plot elements, and new items. Also on October 1st, Rune Factory 4 for the 3DS finally gets released after being hit with tons of delays this year. The first of the Rune Factory series to be released on the 3DS, this installment of the series adds an entire new cast of characters, has the same addicting dungeon crawling and farming gameplay, as well as cameos from past games. Released digitally last month, on October 4th, The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD gets a Wii U physical release. Generation 6 of the Pokemon series is finally released worldwide on October 12th with both Pokemon X and Y for the 3DS. The first fully 3D main installment of the Pokemon series, and also the first to be released exclusively for the 3DS, this generation adds tons of new Pokemon, customizable characters, and a whole new world to explore. Time to try and catch them all once again. Not a game, but released alongside Pokemon on October 12th, Nintendo releases the 3D-less handheld called the Nintendo 2DS. Able to play both Nintendo DS and 3DS games, but without the 3D feature, this system is a little cheaper and still just as portable as its siblings. Sonic's new adventure titled Sonic Lost World drops on October 22nd for the Wii U and 3DS. More or less a follow-up to Sonic Colors, this new Sonic game has many elements from that particular game in the series, as well as drawing inspiration from Super Mario Galaxy. Adding in new Wisp powers Eagle, Asteroid, and Rhythm, as well as the parkour system, Sonic is sure to be running around at the speed of sound. The courtroom drama returns on October 24th with Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies for the 3DS. An important note for North American and European players, Dual Destinies will be digitally released only. No physical copy has been announced. The final Nintendo exclusive is on October 25th. Wii Party U for the Wii U brings the minigame compilation fun to the Wii U. Grab some friends and have a game night. Nintendo is done, so it's time for the Xbox exclusives. October 2nd gives us Ares Extinction Agenda for the Xbox 360, which was originally released for the PC back in 2011. This hybrid 2.5D platformer shoot-'em-up will provide gamers with huge bosses, tons of crazy levels, and hours of over-the-top action. On October 9th, Let's Sing and Dance is released for the 360. Combining the karaoke party games with the dancing games on Kinect, Let's Sing and Dance has the best of both worlds. Now it's Sony's turn to show us what they've got planned for this month. October 1st gives players the artistic puzzle platformer Rain for the PS3. Similar to Limbo in style, Rain sees the adventures of a boy who discovers an invisible world, and he soon realizes he too has become invisible, only to become visible again when standing in pouring rain. From the creative minds behind Heavy Rain, on October 8th, the next interactive drama action-adventure, Beyond Two Souls, gets its exclusive PS3 release. Having a heavy psychological thriller-inspired story, and with powerful performances by Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe, Beyond Two Souls is shaping up to be an even crazier ride than Heavy Rain. The final Sony exclusive drops on October 8th for the PS3, and it's the sequel to the original Disgaea for the PlayStation 2. Disgaea D2: A Brighter Darkness. While there have been many other Disgaea games in the past, this is the first direct sequel released in the history of the series. Familiar gameplay returns as well as main characters from the very first game. With the consoles out of the way, it's PC's turn to play. Previously released on the Xbox 360 earlier this year, Flashback makes its way to the PC on October 1st. A port of Record of Agarest War named Agarest Generations of War will be released on the PC on October 3rd. Providing players with 90% strategy RPG and 10% dating sim, Agarest Generations of War is a truly unique experience. Half MMO and half tactics game, on October 8th, Mech Mice is no longer in beta and officially released for PC players. And finally, on October 31st, the Deadly Premonition Director's Cut makes its way to PC via Steam Greenlight. This version of the Director's Cut will come with additional costumes and make the game entirely moddable. Wrapping things up, let's take a look at the DLC that has been officially announced for October so far. October 22nd gives PC players more true DLC for The Sims 3 titled Into the Future. Unfortunately, this will be the final full add-on for this game, as The Sims 4 will be coming in 2014. And on October 29th, the same day as its launch, Battlefield 4's China Rising DLC gets released for the 360, PS3, and PC, but has only been announced as being available as a pre-order bonus so far. This DLC adds 4 new maps, new vehicles, and new equipment for the multiplayer modes. That wraps up the spooktacular month of October. I'll see you guys next month for more.